cover. Let's get into the
look at
box.
Larry.
Black is like the brightest day. Where are the heroes? Soon as they get here, everything will be alright. I need a hero. Someone superhuman who can come and save my life. Crisis after crisis.
Yes, indeed. So the box office. Super Mario Brothers with 40 million domestically. They are currently at $1.02 billion.
I'm impressed with the domestic staying relatively close to international.
That's how you know it's a sure hit, man. When they do that and it's loved evenly, that means it's gonna have a lot of longevity.
Yeah, but Endgame didn't make $1 billion here.
How much? Endgame did like what, 7?
7, I want to say, and the rest of the world
Because
was
Force Awakens
1.3.
did like 9, and that was the biggest one. Number 2, Evil Dead Rise, only a 50% drop. Added
I keep hearing
12
good
million.
things.
Yeah, let's see here. It made 62 million so far, and these movies are made on such a small budget that this is good stuff for them. And I hear there's more sequels coming for that. Are You There, God? It's Me, Margaret. Number 3 pulled in 6.8. John Wick 4 with an even 5 million, dropping only 14%.
What's the total on that now?
What do you got, John?
That's like the number 4 movie still. If he feels like
Look at that. Look at that.
400 million.
That's what I love.
Phil, you said it's the number 4 movie. What do you mean, like this week here?
Still, and it came out like a month ago now.
Yeah, it's a good movie. It's long. That's another thing. I'm wondering why it keeps going up. But what we got here? Larry. Oh, sorry, Jackson. I thought it was Jones. My apologies, Jackson. Know what story I want to connect a monster. Sorry, talk to text. But I want a monster universe. You will get it, hopefully. Hopefully. Star Wars returned into the theaters this weekend. Return of the Jedi re-release pulled in about 5 million.
Do we know which version they re-released?
Don't know. I think it's the last one they did.
The Disney Plus one?
Yeah.
I still want to go see it again in the theater.
What's different about the Disney Plus one?
There's little things they tweaked. I mean, even in New Hope, they tweaked it for Disney Plus. The Greedo Han scene, is the big controversy.
Is Han shooting first again or no?
He's still shooting first, but I think they
make Greedo go for the gun, but
they both shoot this time at the same time. Like
no,
that's the other movie.
No, it used to be just Han shot. Then it was they both shot, but Greedo shot first. Then there was
no. I specifically remember it flipped from Han shooting to Greedo shooting, and that's when people lost it. Then I remember they both shot.
Han shot first,
right? And then we went back to Han shot first, and God knows where we're at now.
Yeah, like I said, they tweaked it again, but I can't remember what the changes for the new one. So I know it's little mini things in Return of the Jedi. There's nothing too crazy. I think the ending is still the same, where they cut out the song.
I like. Oh, that's right. They changed the song.
Hayden Christensen as the Blue Ghost.
Hayden Christensen. That was my favorite change right there. That was my favorite change.
Really?
You are so alone in that, Samuel.
I'm alone. Yeah, because it gave a connection to the prequels. I liked it because it made sense. It made sense because George Lucas explained that's when Anakin Skywalker died when he became Darth Vader.
But
so his Force Ghost,
exactly the same.
His Force Ghost would be the age of the person when he died.
Everybody else looks the same as when they physically died.
I know.
So
no,
that's a bullshit.
Show me the Emperor's Force Ghost.
No. Spiritually died.
I get the spiritually died. I know what he said. It's a bullshit answer for him to fix for him to put that in there. I don't.
It's his story. How can it be a bullshit answer?
Come on.
It's his story.
It's his story, but he can still fuck
things up. It's all fake.
I think it's only out for like a week. Is anybody gonna go see it?
I want to go.
I've
See
been,
it.
I've been thinking if that should be our assignment this week.
Is it? It's only out in 400.
I got
Yeah,
I ended up
we're gonna see a movie
getting
this week. It was
the
gonna be
4K,
Guardians
the
of
4K
Galaxy.
83, the Project 4K.
Oh, we have to see Guardians of the Galaxy. We have
We
to.
do.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
That's
Are we doing this? Are we making a date? Commit, you bastards! Commit.
and number 6.
Well, someone's got to do stand up on Saturday. I would say we go after a tourniquet.
We could go Thursday night. Abandon your families and we'll go Thursday night.
I'm hoping it comes to the drive-in.
Discuss it after the show, guys. We'll discuss it after the show. All right. Number 6, Dungeons and Dragons: Honor Among Thieves. Only dropping 25%. Made about $4 million. It's at 194.
That's
Still
really
made more
good for that
than-
movie.
Still
Yeah.
made more than Black Adam and Shazam.
Insane. Air only dropping 27%. Made about $4 million. New entry: Pontian Selvin Part 2.
That's
What is
gotta be
this?
foreign. That's got to be a foreign movie.
It's foreign.
Oh yeah, that's
South
that's
Indian.
that's Bollywood.
It's Bollywood. Okay. That's dope cover though. Cover poster. Sorry, that's tomorrow, guys. I'm sorry. At number 9, The Covenant
I want to see.
made
that.
about 3.5. Sisu made about 3. Let's see what Sisu is.
I want to see
An
this too.
ex-soldier who discovers gold in the Lapland wilderness tries to loot into the city. Nazi soldiers led by a brutal SS officer battle him. That looks pretty.
Looks all right.
All right. Made about 3 million. And
I
Big
made a
George
post
Foreman.
about that in the group chat.
That's
Yeah.
right. You did send that the other day.
Big George Foreman, the miraculous story of the once and future heavyweight champion of the world.
That title is too long. Who let them go with that? Who?
I was just thinking, like, wow, that is a
How did
title
that
of
Yeah,
a
leave
but
the
you-
movie.
boardroom?
Yeah, but you know on the poster it's the Big George Foreman, all that other shit, like underneath.
No, the post, it's
Is it
grand
really
in the
that-
poster. The only place it doesn't fit is in the movie theater. So when you go to the movie theater, it just says George Foreman on the thing, right? But no, everywhere else is George Foreman, the miraculous story. And I'm like, all this so I could go find out about a guy who created a grill.
I don't
Probably
know.
the greatest grill ever. All right, so
he was a
that's
pretty good boxer.
No, he was a great boxer. But I
He had
mean,
an
it's so
impressive career.
funny. It's so funny because the trailer of the movie, I remember the first trailer I saw in the theater of this movie, and I was like, I'm like, are they gonna do the grill? And there's a little scene where the camera is like in like it looks like a banking office. And it's George Foreman, his wife, and like their banker or analyst or whatever he is. And he's like, that grill you invested in, he goes, it's actually doing incredibly well. There's a lot of money coming in. And I'm just dying laughing because it's like the best thing he could have ever done in his life.
Who was it that they didn't offer it to him first?
He went after it.
Yeah, but no, they offered it to somebody else. I can't remember who, and it wasn't. And Foreman was like, "I'll do it." I want to say it was like Lou Ferrigno or somebody like that, and they're like, "I'm not doing
well, he
this."
made a mistake.
I'll look it up and I'll find out for you. But it was somebody else originally.
Michael. No, that's the guy who created it. Sorry.
Well,
But he's
that's
got
the,
a pretty incredible story. I mean, he was a monster of a boxer when he was young, but he is still the record holder.
Even like when he was older, there was like there
He
was
was
a
like
big
57
fight.
when he knocked out what's his name?
Evander Holyfield and George Foreman was a pretty crazy boxing fight.
yeah.
Well, yeah, but that's when he lost the belt. But
Yeah,
he
yeah.
beat, was it Michael Moorer? I think when he was like 57. People were like, oh,
Yeah.
he's never, and he knocked him out.
Mr. Foreman. All right, that's the box office news for this week.
All right. and by the way, the guy who created it was shopping it, the grill at trade shows, and George Foreman, and he met people from George Foreman's team, and that's how it happened. Now, so he was the first celebrity to get on board with it. However, quickly after the introduction of the George Foreman grill, Evander Holyfield
Okay.
went after produced the real deal grill.
Look at all the facts coming to you, counsel. Love it. We love these little tidbits.
Who's
All right.
got one?
George Foreman grill?
Yeah, do you have one?
I do.
Do you really?
I don't have one.
It's right over there.
All right, there's a couple trailers that came out. I'd like to discuss The Hunger Games, the Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes.
How many people actually want this?
A
I want to read
lot
the
of
book
Hunger Game
first.
people. Kamari is very
Uh,
excited for this.
I like the Hunger Games. I like the books better, but the movies were pretty good.
I hate the Hunger Games movies except for the first one. I think the first one is sharp and brilliant, and I feel everything I enjoyed from the books, 90% of what I enjoyed from the books, are completely washed away by its sequels. Oh, look at what's his name? I love it. Look at him.
You think
Tyrion.
it's-
Yes, drink it away.
He lives in the area.
Yes.
I was discussing with Kamari about this, and he plays the character who invented the Hunger Games. Now whether the backstory, we're trying to figure out where this movie is actually placed, because I think it's like a couple Hunger Games in when it starts, but there's like a whole story of him creating this game that he didn't really. They came up with the idea basically, but he didn't want it to. He's like, yeah, we have this idea, but it can never be done. And he's like double crossed and blah blah blah. And the games happen anyway. So I'm excited to see.
And I think the I forgot what they're actually called, but the it's like the president who was Donald
Snow.
Sutherland. Yeah.
Yeah.
He's like the Woody Harrelson for like a tribute now. And he's not like
Yeah.
the president. So this is when he was like, you know, the not the sponsor. I forgot what it's called.
The tribute? No,
Yeah.
right? The tribute?
No, the tribute
Oh,
is the
there
kid,
she is. It's the 10th Hunger Games, Kamaria says.
yeah, the tribute is the kid
Correct
playing in
us
the
on
Hunger
everything.
Games. But what was like the Woody Harrelson of like the, you know?
I don't
Woody
think he's
Harrelson
in
to,
this.
no, he's not in it.
No, but he's their coach. I forgot what that's called.
Yeah, so this is when Snow is like the coach. So it's taken way back.
I believe so. Kamaria, can you confirm this? She says, of course, you discuss my area of expertise when I'm sick. I'm so sorry. So sorry you're so sick. But could this possibly spark the Hunger Games again?
Yeah.
I mean, it could if the cast is really, really great and nails the story. But I mean, we're basically watching the hero become the villain, so like that sucks.
Kamaria says he's playing a mentor.
Yeah, that's what.
Yeah,
they are.
that's what it mentors. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Is that
I like
who
that-
I keep hearing in the background, guys?
What's
Well,
that?
since Cliff has brought attention to it,
Is Kamaria there commenting? Because I can hear it.
he's not here. It's
Oh.
somebody else's. It's not that bad, Cliff. I like the fact that they got this guy. Hold on. Where is it? This is Kamar says this is the grandfather of that game show person.
Oh, the
that's
game
cute.
show host.
Yeah. And he, you know, how he's got the whole same
All right.
look.
Right at the beginning, I'm mad already at whoever designed the sets.
Why?
Right? Because that look is so dated. I mean, I'm not saying that we wouldn't take 10 steps backwards because that's the world we live in, you know, but like it should be futuristic. All right. The world as we know it falls apart and it becomes the 13 districts, and then they have their little war. The 13th district is lost and all that stuff. Right. So like, why do all the TV sets look like 50s television sets? Right. You know, behind him.
You got a point there. Like,
Yeah, like it should be like that is what I love visually about the first one, even though people disagree with me. But the first one takes the chance on being futuristic. The people who are bougie and have money, there's wild, eccentric dress, bright colors, weird shit like pumping in tiger DNA into them so they have tiger-like eyes, all of that craziness, you know? So like, oh
Tiger
my
blood.
But maybe it's a way for them to distinguish because this is what 60 years before, right?
Right, 60 years before, but our technical future. So, you know, if the rich keep getting richer and control everything, why doesn't it look like super wild, badass? Why is it a rehash of a 60s aesthetic? You know, like you see that? Like, why would our future televisions look like that?
Very good point. Very good.
Why do bell bottoms come back every once in a while?
Again, I stand by that it can happen. It's just that's the other thing. The other visuals I'm getting from this preview are very interesting. It's the game show element preview that's like kind of a letdown because I would like go hard, you know?
Yeah. All right. That's the Hunger Games Ballad of Songbirds and
Kamaya
Snakes.
is our wonderful point person again.
She says the Hunger Games take place in a fictional America called Apponin.
oh, Panda.
Come on,
Panda,
there's a tilde
Panda,
in there.
Panin?
Yeah,
Panem.
Panem.
Panem. Hold on here. Hold on here. They had a lot of natural disasters that set them back a bit historically. And she says
It's
Panem.
Venom.
I have my Spanish keyboard on.
Hmm.
All right, so very interesting, very interesting. There was another trailer before we get to
Hold
our
on, hold
main
on.
topic.
I looked it up. It was almost the Hulk Hogan grill.
Oh,
Oh,
we're going way back.
really?
We're going
It
way
was
back
this
here. We're
close.
skipping
Way,
way
way
back.
back.
Jeez. All right, Transformers came out. Rise of the Beasts. This was a great trailer. It's got me real excited for Transformers. It's bringing back to life the animated series, basically, because they look incredible.
Mhm.
The Beast Wars look phenomenal.
Phenomenal.
Unicron is the villain in this, which is very interesting because I'm guessing this is where they break from the Michael Bay movies, because in the Michael Bay movies, Unicron is inside the Earth.
Mm-hmm.
So unless Unicron like becomes really, really small and drills himself inside the Earth, I'm guessing this is where the two universe split, because Bumblebee had some ties to the Bayverse, some little slight ties with the organization and the officer that was played by what's his name? The Sector 7 guy. Come on, help me out here. You remember the Sector 7 guy?
I do, but I don't remember. I don't remember names or anything.
Hey, we don't remember the Bayverse, but
Yeah, I'm not a tremendous fan of the Bayverse.
first
Yeah.
one was good. First one was good. But Optimus is really looking great. Optimus Primal is looking great, and I think this is finally going to be the Transformers movie. Like, look at that. That's straight out of the animated movie, right there. That's what we want to see. I'm excited to see what Larry Jackson thinks about it, because he's a big Transformers fan. One little stick, they have 1994, but they're playing a song from DMX that came out in 1998.
Oops.
Oh, they,
Oops.
but is it played on like the whole trailer, or is it
Just
just
little
played-
parts of it, yeah.
All right.
Pete Davidson is playing Mirage.
Oh, neat.
Yeah, he sounds pretty cool. Can't think of anything else with this. But from the bad taste from the previous Bay movies, I'm real excited for this one. I think this will re-spark the Transformers interest. If not, it's dead in the water, because then they got a Transformers animated movie coming out, which is supposed to be the prequel to this universe, called Transformers 1. It will be the story of how the Autobots and Decepticons came to be, and about Orion Pax, who will be voiced by Chris Hemsworth. So people are arguing, well, what about Peter Cullen? But the argument is this is a young Optimus. Larry says, I hope this is good.
And he also says,
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, but your voice doesn't change that much.
Well, I hope the director knows ish about the 90s.
and by the way, Ronaldo, it could be anything. I know people whose voices have changed wildly from when I knew them as a teenager, and people who sound
yes.
identical. Sam and I sound identical. Sam and I also have people from our graduating class that look 15 years older than us.
Well, looking
Yeah.
and sounding are completely different. And I'm not saying your voice doesn't change at all, but it doesn't go from like this pitch to like down
I
here.
mean, but I mean, it can. I mean, I know it's not too
After
common. But it
puberty?
happens. Yeah,
After
yeah,
puberty?
no, yeah, I can.
Mm,
You know,
I want
it
to believe you,
happens,
but I
it
don't.
happens a lot. It happens a lot to smokers. That's most common.
So we're saying that Optimus Prime was a smoker?
No, but he is a machine. So
No, but Optimus Prime is Orion Pax is reformatted to become Optimus Prime, so his voice can be changed to become Peter Cullen.
I mean,
It says Peter should do the voice. I think
Nope.
he will. I think by the end
no,
of the
look at the next line. He said shouldn't.
Peter shouldn't do the voice. So yeah, I mean, unless they plan on making multiple movies about this prequel, if this is just a one-shot movie, then I think you might hear Peter Cullen at the end when he becomes Optimus Prime. Maybe. We shall see. All right.
This world has been through